for Trinidad changed?
I imagine it's a little different feeling than last week. Just what are the emotions after a game like this?
Very happy that we got the win. Yeah, last week we were very disappointed that we couldn't get the win. And I'm just proud of our defense, really. They stepped up, made some huge stops that we needed. Our offense started off really hot in the first half, and it's a great feeling to be 1-0 again.
Played well in both. What were these environments like for you this past week?
It's awesome. I'm enjoying every environment. It's cool. It's kind of like the video game, but it's a great. Our practice, it really they do a good job, making it sound the same with speakers and whatnot. So they get us prepared.
You guys had a pretty critical fourth quarter drive there after Oklahoma had taken the lead. 11 plays, 75 yards for the touchdown. What do you remember about going into that drive? What was the mood of the guys in the huddle?
Yeah, just finish the game off strong. Don't get too high, don't get too low. In the fourth quarter, the crowd's going to get louder. Defense is probably going to play a little bit harder. Just stay consistent, just stay solid and play hard and finish the game.
Last week, though, you were kind of facing that situation, and Georgia has the 17-0 swing. How was it kind of counter-punching today, being the team that led that big run in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, we just didn't want to feel how we felt last week. We made it that we don't want to feel that again, and that'll never happen again, and that we just need to finish games. So.
What's it like to quiet down a road crowd like this?
It's a great feeling. A lot of people are, this fan base, very passionate. Historical program, Oklahoma. But yeah, it's a great feeling. Shushing the crowd and having the crowd be a little bit more quieter towards the end of the game and whenever we score too.
A lot of people made a lot about you being at Ferris State last year. I mean, Trace Bruckler was at New Mexico. I mean, not exactly a heralded program. He gets the big play today. What was that like, just to see someone like him end up kind of getting to be the hero?
Yeah, Trace is such a hard worker. He shows up, head down, doesn't complain, and he's just a great dude to be around in general. And I'm happy that he got that score. I think he did a little dance. But yeah, it's crazy to think about where I was a year ago, playing, some teams that weren't as good as Oklahoma. But yeah, it's a dream come true. I just got to thank God. Really, it's been a great ride so far.
Just the message from Lane in the locker room just now.
That he's happy that we bounced back. He was really excited to see how we would respond to losing to Georgia, and we responded really good. And the whole week of practice, we were prepared, and we just wanted to get the win. And it's a great feeling to be 1-0 again.
Your head coach talked a lot about how tough this Oklahoma team was to scheme around, how they made things difficult and confusing at times. What did you kind of see from this Oklahoma defense?
Yeah, they got some studs over there. Number 5 is a really good player. 6'5", tall dude. Coach Venables, he does a great job disguising. Whatever pre-snap I'm going to see is not what I'm going to get post-snap. So they just bring a lot at you. And we were prepared for, being adjusted to, the defense. Had to see, what the safety would do post-snap and whatnot. But, yeah, they do a really good job, and they're a really tough defense, to be honest. So.
And you took some hits today, too. Was it a little different than other SEC games you played this year?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to take hits in football. They are very aggressive, very physical team. And like I said, I just got to give credit to them. They, they get their guys ready, each week in and each week out. So, yeah.
What's the key mentally staying locked in when you may have to dart out and Austin runs in for a play?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm trusting our coaching staff, for whatever play call they have for me or Austin. And yeah, it's been great so far.
Last question.
Couple of touchdowns for Kewan today, but how good is he as a pass blocker?
Oh, Kewan's very physical. He doesn't back down from any linebacker that comes downhill and tries to blitz. And it may not look like he's the biggest guy, but he isn't. But you wouldn't know. He's a really physical blocker, and he takes pride in that.
Okay. Thanks, Trent.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.